Push the weight enough flex. Flex the live is 1 in the 6. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You ain't run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight, baby. It's time to bleed this Saturday afternoon. I wasn't gonna do this, but then I got some more news, and I'm like, wow, if this is official, then you know what, you guys. I'm not even rubbing it in your face at this point. I'm at this point, I want to hear what everybody got to say at this point, because this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. All right. Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Good afternoon. Salute to everybody here on YouTube, and salute to everybody on Rumble. I am triple casting on Rumble. Yes, sir. Shout out to all of you over there on Rumble. We live over there too, baby. Yes, sir. Rod Neal over there, Vince over there, EJ's over there. Salute to you guys. The link is pinned at the top. Go subscribe and follow me on Rumble. Go follow me on Rumble. There's going to be, as soon as I can figure out how to do certain things, there's going to be points in where I will stop the YouTube cast and give it raw and uncut over there on Rumble. I'm still doing some things over there. You know, you can play the music you want over there. You know, things of that nature. I'm still figuring that out. And still go follow me on Patreon, because there's things I'm going to talk about on Patreon that I'm not even going to talk about on Rumble. YouTube is a sinking ship. And I got my life raft, my water rings. I got all of that stuff. Let's do this roll call real quick, because I ain't going to hold y'all too long. But we're going to get to the smoke. Skinny Too Litty, Eric Jordan, Nicholas Levy, Rod Neal, Sam Mack, Dale Alexander, there go Wayne J over there on Rumble. Salute to you. That's EJ. Salute. Mr. Shelton. Felix New there. Salute. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Salute. Good brother. Rod Neal over there on Rumble. Salute. Andrew Gray. Salute. The Sensei's in the building. He's watching the fights right now, so you know he's going to have a recap of the fights. Y'all stay tuned for that. Jeff Spark in the building. Salute. That's Phenomenal Mexican. Salute. Jada Hudson. Yes, sir. I see you. Main Biker in the building. Over there, 4-ounce Sniper in the building. Salute to you. I appreciate you, Vince. Salute. So let's get to it. The latest news. Now, I want to point something out. I washed my hands of this thing already. I washed my hands of this thing already. I accepted it. It was going to be what it was going to be. It still may be. You know, at the last minute, you know, they might, you know, cross some T's, dot some I's, and say, hey, no, this thing is happening. But the word that I'm getting from Blue Blood is that this wasn't like a speeding ticket, you know, nothing like that. This was a domestic violence situation. And the word that I'm getting is 205 Entertainment. Salute. The word I'm getting is Netflix don't want to put their name on that. And, you know, this is just the world we live in. And let me say this, the woman could be lying, because the way the complaint is structured, it's clear that she's after his money. She ain't trying to get him locked up. I mean, he may get locked up, but she's clearly after his bread. So these are all allegations. I don't know if she's telling the truth or not, but his reputation is what's holding him down. Now, all you Tank fans, I want you guys to pull up because I didn't do this. He did this. Why does this dude keep giving us something to talk about? I'm on record saying, man, I don't want this kid in jail. For what? I made peace with it. Look, this kid, well, y'all told me, yo, leave him alone. He's getting his money. Why you always talking down on the black man? I'm not. He did this. Why is a black man always putting his hands on women? That seems to be the case. Oh, how do you know he didn't? I don't know what he did, but I know I got a video of him snatching that shorty out the basketball game a few years ago. We all saw that. It is Sports Talk. Salute to you in that super chat. Much love. He says, I thought Tank was Muslim. Yeah, we're going to get to it, brother. Jose, what up? We're going to get to it. Exactly, Jose. It happened allegedly in a place where there was no cameras. But this is where his history comes in at. When you don't when it comes down to this person's word against this person's word, they're going to go down to your history. That's just how it works. And her lawyer is going to say, well, you know, the basketball game a few years ago, he put his hands on a girl. He had a domestic violence situation previously that he was on probation for, whatever happened with that. Drew Titan got out here, and I talked about how that woman tried to get him killed, tried to lie on him and get him killed. Remember that? I went ballistic. I said, man, this kid got enough problems. Why is she trying to get him killed? Y'all remember that? I was all Team Tank for that because wrong is wrong. That had nothing to do with his boxing resume or nothing. That had everything to do with him choosing the wrong woman. And while she was tearing up the house, she was holding the baby so he wouldn't put his hands on her. See what I mean? So I was with him with that. Phenomenal Mexican, salute to you, good brother. Thank you. I appreciate you, good brother. Thank you. Thank you. I see y'all on Rumble. I see y'all over there on Rumble. Thank you guys, man. Appreciate you. I'm still trying to figure out how things work over there. It's my first let me see. This is my first it's my first cast on Rumble. So there's 10 of y'all in there, and that feels good, man. That feels good. I appreciate you guys, man. I don't know how the super chat thing works over. Wait. Oh. It works over there just like it works over there just like super chat. I mean, just like on YouTube. Look at that. Wow, that's crazy. Oh. Okay. I didn't know that. That's awesome. That is awesome. Well, anyway, how do I make this thing go away? Man, I don't know how to work anything over here. There's no back button? They don't call them super chats. They call them rants over here. But that's what's up. Sam Max, salute. How do I make this go away? Okay. I don't know how to make this go away. All right, let me see something. Okay. All right. It says post rant here. I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing? Oh. Okay. I subscribe to myself. Okay. I'm sorry. All right. Oh, salute Main Biker in that rant. Salute Main Biker in that rant. And that's the thing. I don't see it on StreamYard. Okay. How do I? He sent the. I sent the Super Rumble. Oh shit! I don't know how to. Let me see. Can you mod people over here? I'll figure it out, y'all. I'll figure it out. But salute to Main Biker in that Super Rumble, I guess. Yeah. Thank you. Let me see. Salute. Okay. It's a Super Rumble, I guess. Young Abel, salute, salute. I appreciate y'all, man. All right. So Dragon Fang, salute. Big Joe Townsend, salute. Bonnie Prince. So I was Team Tank when it got down to it. I sure was. I was Team Tank when it came down to it. You know, when the right is right and wrong is wrong, right? So he got through that, right? My question is this afternoon, you know, what God does Tank serve? Generational Wealth says Drew Titan put it on subs only. Boy, right now, looking like Stuart Little. What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. All right. Quan, what up, Quan? Cold Water, what up, man? So anyway, I don't know. What was that? I don't know. Generational Wealth. What was that? I don't know. What was that? What are you talking about? You firing shots or something? Okay, I'm on your channel right now. You just started your page about 3 or 4 days ago. You got a picture of some black dude with his shirt off. What was that? What was that? You know, until I don't know. You know, we not playing games, man. We're not playing games, young man. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and hide you, and I'm gonna keep talking about Mellow Yellow. Javante Tank Davis, aka Abdul Wahid. What happened to that guy? G Tatty, what up, good brother? PGH, what up? I'm asking a question. I bet that kid can't. Des, what up? Joe, what up? This is a serious question. What God does Tank serve? Because at this point, I don't know. I thought he was Muslim. He couldn't be Muslim, right? He can't be Muslim. Because everything he's done to his Muslim brother, or brothers, plural, that's haram, right? I mean, I'm asking. And the reason why I'm asking is because it's funny how things fall apart. Y'all ever read that book? Oh, you blickety blacks, y'all ever read Things Fall Apart? Go read the book. Okay, go read the book. Yeah, Main Biker, I think they're a little more better with the Super Rumbles over there. 5 cents on the dollar. Let me see. It's cheaper than YouTube. Seems that way. Anyway. Yeah, so I'm looking at Tank's track record, and these are things that we've been talking about. And I could open up the panel. I mean, I really could. And I don't mind any Tank Davis fan coming up here and trying to explain this. I already said everything is alleged. I already said yesterday, I hope this chick is lying. Hope she lying through her teeth. All right. But your man came in. He came into that club looking like Blade. You saw that? He came into the club like Blade and went at Shorty. I'm like, bro, what you got going on? What you got going on, bro? What are you doing? And then he knew where to drag her, allegedly. This is all alleged. This is all alleged. And he running around where there's no cameras. I'm gonna tell you something about those clubs. There's places where there's no cameras because these chicks be trying to do their side thing so they don't get caught. So if it's true, that's what he did. He went somewhere and but he ain't getting no Scullamania. He went over there and started putting the beats on her. So she says. Now the thing is, again, this is all alleged. She could be lying, but what's gonna do him in? His reputation. So when y'all say things like he from the trenches, and I ask y'all, what does that mean? You got to do better than calling me a hater. Because these are things you said. Now, what happens when he's standing in the court and when he gets cross-examined, they start bringing up things that y'all say about him on YouTube. He's from the trenches. What exactly does that mean? And they look up all of these rappers and TikTokers talking about, yeah, I'm from the trenches. I'm from the trenches. And it's nothing good. It's nothing good. See, when you stand on this street shit, you don't understand. You're not only making yourself look ridiculous, but you could be hurting the person you claim you support. That's what I'm saying. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I've been telling y'all been doing this kid, and I'm not clowning. There's gonna be some jokes here and there, but I'm not clowning. Cause yo, again, you think I want to see this kid in jail? I'm being serious. No. No, y'all words are about to get him goofed up. Teach, what up? About to get him goofed up, possibly. I don't want him in jail. I hope that something at the last minute, I hope something comes out where this chick is proven to be a liar. I hope the ultimate Kobe Bryant comes out. The only thing I was guilty of is adultery, but I didn't grape her. Turns out that chick was a smut of all smuts. Y'all remember that? She was a smut. She had like what, 2 or 3 different forms of semen in her, including Kobe's. I'm like, yo, she was smashing earlier that day. And she had a boyfriend. What are we talking about? I hope it's that. But let me ask y'all a question. He's in camp. What the hell is he doing at a strip club? What's he doing? This who you support? He walk in a strip club like this. Came in there looking like Blade. God damn. Oh, she had 13 phenomenal Mexican? 13? Oh, she was getting it in, bro. Joe Townsend said 7. Yeah, I heard she got around. Mansa Musa, salute. Heard she got around. She got around. But I want y'all to remember this. Prior to that, Kobe was like the golden boy. Until that happened, he lost shoe deals and everything. The only thing he was guilty of was adultery. And do you know, after he lost his life and that with those other people in that helicopter crash with his daughter, you know there was still people running around calling him a rapist? You know that? They talk bad about him, but in death, they were talking about him. Even when the facts came out, they said that about him. But how often do they talk about what's homie's name in Pittsburgh? In the Steelers? The white dude? He got bodies. He's a professional at grape, isn't he not? I can't even think of his name right now. They don't even say anything about him. Abdul, what up? Ben Rosselberg, thank you, PGH, him. I'm like, yo, what? I mean, tried and convicted. What's going on? These brothers out here getting lied on. And from beyond the grave, they're doing that. Saying that about Kobe. The day he died, I said, oh, shit. And I'm reading the comment section. There's always some chick. Oh, I didn't care for him. He's a rapist. I'm like, wait, whoa. That whole thing was debunked in real time. He wasn't even arrested. They said, no. And you know what else? Freedom's March, salute. You know what else? Young Hollywood, salute. Her co-workers, if I remember correctly, told on her. Man, get out of here, man. So I said all that to say this. Tank Abdul, Javante Davis Wahid, whatever you calling yourself. What God are you serving, man? You see, when you said you was converted to the Islamic faith, I didn't clown you. I didn't play with it. I know a lot of Muslims. I got Muslims in my family. I know a lot of them. A lot. So I didn't play with this thing. And I said, you know what? Let me look at this as the cup half full instead of half empty. Let me not cut him down. Maybe he's going through a real change. Let me give this young man a chance. I never clowned it. Then he buys the block in Baltimore. I said, you know, it looks good. In the back of my mind, I'm like, you know what? He still got that ankle bracelet on. Maybe he's showing the judge, hey, I'm a changed man. Take this off so I can get into the gym and get back to business. If that's what it is, then I'm all for it. But I hope this isn't a work. What do I mean by work? I hope he's not doing this just to get that off. I hope he's loyal to his faith. I hope he's a changed man. I hope he becomes a better person. And he lives through Allah. I hope. Well, that didn't take long. Burnt up the house. It looked like an insurance racket to me. Then upon further research, I think he sold the block that he bought. I think he sold it. Then the Lamont Roach thing, you know, and you know, we didn't know whether Cats was traveling to Houston or where it was going. But I'm like, wait, he's in camp? No, wait, let me take it a step back. He in camp, but you remember he was trying to go to Japan? You remember that? I'm like, wait a minute. How the hell is he trying to go to Japan, but he's supposed to be in camp? He got this Roach fight coming up. Then here come Blue Blood. Brother says, ain't no fight in Houston. And then y'all got mad at him and called him a liar. I said, wait, hold on now. My brother Rod Neal's in the chat. He said, man, the Rockets got a game that weekend. The way the PBC put it out, they made it seem like there was something wrong with the venue. And I'm like, huh? Rod said, nah, the Rockets got, I think, like 2 games lined up that week. He said, nah, ain't nothing wrong with the venue. So I'm like, wait, hold on. What's going on? This is Tank. And it escalated from there. So what we were dealing with was him still talking slick on social media, him buying the block and then quietly getting rid of it. Last I checked, I could be wrong. Y'all check it out yourself. Him lying. You know, there was a litness of things going, like just going on. That made me question his faith. Listen, man, he said he was converting to Islam. Isn't Coach Cal Muslim? So I said, all right, well, that makes sense. But what we're finding out here is religion don't necessarily fix you. This kid clearly needs therapy because he got some demons going on with him. And, you know, it don't take much coming from a woman's mouth to set this dumbass off. I don't understand why there's nobody in this camp to say, yo, look, young fella, D, what up? You need to stop. You're worth millions. And wasn't his fans telling us that we're hating on him getting his quote unquote $100 million with Jake Paul? And we said, well, where'd you hear it was 100 mil? Oh, but it's Jake Paul. Well, why can't he fight Lamont Roach? Oh, well, he need to get that chicken. He need to get that bread. He'll spin the block and go back to Lamont Roach. Nah. He can get that Jake Paul money. Why you hating on the brother? I'm like, I'm not hating on him. I just don't think Jake Paul is a real fighter. All right. He's also a heavyweight, which is dangerous for Tank. Whether you like it or not, it is. And I would just want to see him run back that draw, man. The kid got a draw. He has some unfinished business to do. Y'all just got done telling us that Lamont Roach was getting that Tank Davis payday because they were friends. They were boys since the amateurs, and they're from the DMV. Y'all just told us that. So now I'm saying, okay, well, now he fought to a draw. Let him get the other payday. There's more money and more interest in the rematch now, right? And now here come Jake Paul, and y'all talking about, oh, well, you know, y'all hating. No, wait a minute. Y'all insisted on Lamont Roach. Now I'm like, okay, forget Jake. Run it back with Lamont Roach because I want to see what you do after that if you can get past Lamont Roach. And now here come Jake Paul, and now you're saying, oh, forget everything. We going to Jake Paul. When you got Shakur over there and everybody else at 135, you got 3 other belts to get, man. Not Brian Norman. I'm jumping up to 147. You know, 147, that's after 135, that's after 140, where y'all said he was too big. I mean, Tank was too small to compete at because Devin was too big. Y'all remember that? But now he fighting a whole goddamn heavyweight or cruiserweight, which is still bigger than him. Mag 7 said, I ain't got no problem with him fighting Jake Paul, but he didn't want Tank to go up to 140 to fight Josh Taylor. He was okay with the Barrio shit, but Mag 7 got on here and said, no, Josh Taylor was a problem because he was big like a welterweight. Oh, so you know your man got problems with guys that actually can fight him back and actually can hurt him. Now, I'm not saying Josh Taylor would have won, but goddamn it, that Scotsman would have fought his ass off. And now we know what Tank looks like going backwards. I'm telling you right now, man, this Lamont Roach fight, this has the world looking at Tank all different. I don't want to hear his mind wasn't in it. I don't want to hear it because nobody was telling us this. He put him on the back foot and slugged with him. Y'all want to know what the secret was? Well, it was 1 in a possible, like spades. 1 in a possible. You ready? Number 1, he wasn't dehydrated. He brought him up from 130. He made 35, and when he rehydrated, he was probably 147, 150 on fight night. So Tank couldn't do nothing with him. That's number 1. This is the possible. I'm not gonna say number 2. This is the possible. You ready? The possible is this. We knew who was doing the drug testing that night.
Whoa!
I said it, and I'm gonna get off. Let's get back on topic. What God does Tank serve? Now, I mentioned something about Haram. When Turki Al-Sheikh went to this kid and said, hey, man, I see you have a problem with Devin. No problem. I got 50 million for you guys. Come down to Saudi. We'll make a big event. And you and Devin can settle it in the ring. This man said, give me 2 Ferraris. I'm like, what? 2, what? You serious, bro? His reasoning behind that was, well, Devin is Turki's man. Okay. You know who wasn't Devin's man? The entire country of Australia. That was George Kambosos' people. Devin went over there to win undisputed and defend it. He never once complained about money because he put in the work. Turki Al-Sheikh noticed the heart, determination, the skill set, and the work of Devin. And then he says, you know what? I'm going to pay you top dollar now for what you want to do. Now, if that makes Devin, if that makes Devin Turki Al-Ashik's man, then Tank, you could have did the same thing, brother. You could have did the same thing. Shogun, salute. All father, salute. Instead, you said you needed 2 Ferraris. Then you clowned later on and said, no, now I need 3. And you declined traveling to Saudi because you were scared of what? Getting robbed? Okay. Okay. And then here come your fans. Nah, Tank is right. And then they started saying this funny thing called Tank is a boss, which he is not. Tay, how you doing? Tank is a boss. Raymond, what up? Which he's not. Then he says he ain't got to bend the knee to Turki Al-Ashik. Now, I don't know where that came from. I don't know where that came from, that bending the knee. It's like y'all make things up. Y'all make things up as you go along. Michael Myers, I don't know. Don't block him. I don't know what he's doing here, but I don't know what you're trying to say, or whatever. All right. I'm gonna leave you there. But this ain't really about Devin. It's about Mellow Yellow. All right. So I'm gonna leave you there. So what he did was he basically gave Turki his behind the kiss. His fan says he ain't got to bend the knee for Turki, right? He ain't got to bend the knee for Turki. Turns right around. Fights to a draw. Don't want to run that back. And he's fighting Jake Paul. And he didn't even know that Jake Paul was the one signing that damn $40 million check. Not $100 million, $40 million. 40 million dollars, ladies and gentlemen. $40 million. 40. And when Jake said, man, I'm signing that check, you work for me, whatever he said, you work for me, whatever. And he said, that's facts. That's facts. That's fact. Yeah, I thought Village Brothers salute. I thought he was about to drop like a pipe bomb. Oh, word? Jake is lying? What you got? What you got, Tank? What you got? I was listening. Nothing. He don't have a goddamn thing. He didn't know that Jake Paul was signing his damn check. But let me show y'all something. You see these faces here? And see, this is the part where the Tank fans get annoyed with me. And that's fine. Because you know what you never say? You never say that I lied about this kid. Everything that I say about this kid is justified. Y'all said I hate this kid. No, I'm just asking, hey, man, he had all the talent in the world. Some of these faces on here he may have beaten, but now we'll never know. We'll never know. And that's his fault because he's the A side, right? See that man on the lower, in the middle? All I wanted to do was see, I was like, maybe Tank had a bad night that night. Didn't look like it. This is like he fought someone that was properly hydrated and wasn't scared of him and knew how to pick him apart. Lord Sweat, real Baltimore in the building. Real Baltimore. So we're not going to get the Lamar Roach fight. But what about the rest of these guys? And mind you, I left about 3 people off of here. I left about 3. When he went to 140, how come Regis Prograis was talking crazy about him? You'd have thought he'd have went up there to punch him in the face. What happened? He gives you Mario Barrios. He could have went up and said, yo, Josh, you got those 4 belts? Let me get that. Oh, Josh too big. Josh too big. I don't like that. Bud went from 35 to 40, undisputed, 47, undisputed, to 68 in one fight, undisputed. You mean to tell me, okay, so you got Bud doing great things. You got Devin going to Australia 2 times to win undisputed and defend it. Not once did he complain about money. Not once did Bud complain about money. And I know he didn't get anywhere near what Canelo made. Village brother, Shaquille Field, salute. Not once did these dudes complain about money. The only time you heard Bud complain about money was with the Errol situation. But they worked it out. And once they worked it out, he ain't complained about it since. Tank didn't even try, y'all. Which made me look at him and say, wait a minute. Does his fan base have more faith in him than he has in himself? And then I'm listening to Lamont Roach and his dad say, this kid is not what you think. He's very insecure. But you know what? I knew that. Shout out to the Wolf, Elijah Pierce, who got a fight coming up. He sparred him. It's on his, go follow him on Instagram, Elijah Pierce. And he said, man, he knocked out my boy Pryor, and I got in there, I was shook, but I fought him. And when I started fighting him back, he literally turned his back and quit. I said, huh? He said, look at it. And then he got on there and saying, yo, look, I was scared to death, but salute to you, Tank. Tank just saw the video and said, oh, man, fuck you. I'll knock your ass out in Baltimore. He said, wait a minute, man, I'm giving you credit. I'm telling you, I was scared to death. But Elijah Pierce was another YN compared to Tank. Tank was already pro when that happened. So then I said, wait a minute, what the fuck? Then Devin Haney was like 16, 17. Beat him up in sparring. So bad that the Tankamaniacs had to lie. All this lying. All this lying. And I'm like, wait, hold on. What's going on here? What's going on? And I couldn't figure it out. Or could I? This kid is not as advertised. And now he got on the grand stage from a guy from 130. I was annoyed. Mark, what up, Mark? The guy from 130 and Lamont Roach, the guy that I least expected it, that lost to Jamel Herring and all that. I said, I know they know each other, but, you know, this can't be it. And he was confident and he was chilling. And then I saw the stare down before the first bell rang, and I said, yo, Lamont looked pretty big. I said, nah, this shit gotta be over in 6, right? Nope. He took a knee and all that. Marcus Wall, salute. So I put this picture up to remind you, Tank fans, why didn't he fight any of these guys? There's only 2 faces on here that are fairly new that he would have to call out. And people would say, oh, they kind of green. But don't say their names in the chat, because the average Tank fan can't name everybody in his pick, because they're from different, in the last 5 or 6 years, they're from like different eras. We're talking like 2018, 2019 until the pandemic, and then 2022, and okay. But I think everyone on this page is still active, except maybe, I think Keyshawn may have retired, Kambosos, and Josh Taylor retired. How many of y'all would like to have seen Tank versus Super Del Matias? Badger Wolf says Mikey Garcia. Yep. I would like to have seen that. Yeah, no, Mikey's done. Sandor Martin retired him. Sandor Martin, I purposely left off this list, but he was there. We didn't know who he was until he did what? Fought Teofimo Lopez and had him saying, do I still got it? He was like, yeah, all right, you all right, but, you know, that's just you. But who's the Sandor Martin dude? He's kind of nice. The dude from Spain, he's kind of nice with it. That's a nice, okay fight, you know, for Tank to just stay busy. His fans would have bought it. But I'm going to tell you something. Sandor Martin moved too much for Tank. What? You don't like it? Make the fight. But Sandor Martin moves too much for Tank. He moves way too much. But don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. All of these guys were available. All of these guys at some point was available. He didn't do it. He didn't do it. And you know what? For a Tank fan to hate me, my only crime is saying, why didn't he fight these guys? I put 2 on here just to be funny, but they're still at 135. But everybody else was there at some point, whether it was 2019, 2018, 2021, 2, 3, 4, and 5. From Jorge Linares to Gary Russell to Teofimo to Devin to Mikey Garcia to Matias to Keyshawn Davis. And we can't even get a rematch with Lamont Roach. We can't even get that. Now you might be asking, what does this have to do with what God does he serve? Well, you tell me. Has he behaved like a Muslim? I'm going to tell you no. I'm going to tell you no. He was really a Muslim. If he was really a Muslim, he wouldn't have said that to his brother, Turki Al-Sheikh. Turki Al-Sheikh was extending you an olive branch in the price of $25 million. Oh, that's Ray Matala. Ray Matala, Mr. Shelton. Am I saying his name right? Am I saying his name right? Ray More. I can't. Don't ask me to spell it. You got me there. Do not ask me to spell it. Muratala Raymond. He's an IBF champion at 35. Okay. There's work at 35. I think Sam Noakes got something lined up with Abdullah Mason for the vacant WBO. Is that for the vacant WBO? Tank is babysitting the WBA. They haven't stripped him yet because he's good for business. Shakur got the BC. He wanted to unify with him. He told him no. Ray Matala's sitting over there with the IBF. Don't look now. You got Andy Cruz down there. You got Floyd Schofield. There's work over there. There's work. You gonna fuck around and Tank's gonna fuck around and get in the ring with one of those Muslims from Russia or who gives a fuckistan? Detroit, what up? He gonna fuck around and get in there with one of those dudes with the Caesar and the big old beard, the Muslims over there? And one thing I will say about a majority of those dudes from over there, they hit hard. Their gyms are made of ice, so they don't feel it. They got nerves of ice. Big lights of 2,000, 20,000 people in an arena or 2 people. I don't care. Let's lace me up. Let's fight. One of those niggas. Ask Kasazu what happened. Bakram said, bing, bing, bing. Allahu Akbar. He dead ass screamed it at the end of that fight. Allahu Akbar. He slept Tim Tszyu. Slept him badly. Tank gonna fuck around because there's a few of those guys running around at 35 right now. He fuck around and fight one of those guys and make him famous. That's why I said, look, man, I think he knows what's going on in all those sanctioning bodies, and he don't want to do the work anymore. He's done. He's been doing this all his life. He's removed from it mentally. So you know what? Get your Jake Paul money, get out the sport, and take your fans with you. Now, how is that wrong? Oh, yeah, Jose? That's what's up. Yes, sir. Yeah, Felix, Beards and Caesars. You can run into one of those dudes. You be like, who is this? Akbulabov. He come in there and take Tank, knock every braid out the top of his head. You be like, whoa, who is this? Allahu Akbar. What God do you serve, Tank? It's not Islam. I watched it. I said, why is he talking like that to Turkey? He didn't have to say that. He could have called him on the phone and said, look, brother, I don't want to do it for whatever reason. Do me a favor, Turkey. Keep this between you and I. I don't want to do this. I want to do this, this, and that. Or can you get me this, this, and that on the way out? Because this is the amount of money I want to make. And I'm mentally out of this, but I know I'm a draw. So let's work with each other, Turkey. But Turkey wasn't going to pay him that turkey unless he was going to get the biggest bang for his buck. Don't go to Riyadh season unless you're fighting the main eventer. We're not going to pay for it. Turkey wouldn't have paid for Lamont Roach. I'm going to be honest with you. Although we got a good fight out of it, he'll pay for Lamont now. But prior to that, he wouldn't have paid for that. He'd be like, man, what? Call me when you get rid of this dude. He fights him to a draw. See what I mean? He painted himself into a corner. So now he needed 2 Ferraris, right? What God does he serve? Is this Allah doing this to him? Or is this him falling victim to his demons? Did Allah leave him to his demons? Y'all don't understand what I'm saying. Y'all really don't get it. Iraq, salute. He said beard, Caesars, and chest hair. Look what my brother Lord Swift Real says. He's from Baltimore. Said he haven't gave us no work. He can't do nothing. Be more not to let him do this no more. Yo, bro, look, I can tell you that I tried. Tank and those, the picture of the 15 faces, those are not gimme fights. Let me put this up. I'm just going to tell you what I think. I'm going to go from top, from left to right, middle from left to right, bottom from left to right, my opinion. And it's going to be yes or no. Yes, Tank wins. No, he does not. Okay, you ready? And I'm not going to say no names because I want a Tank fan to come in here. And if you're going to argue with me, please know these 15 faces. So I'm going to start from the top right. I'm sorry, the top left. I'm sorry, top left. From left to right. Does Tank win? Yes or no? Okay, from top left to right. Yes, no. Mikey Garcia. Y'all should all know that name, so that's why I'm going to say it. At 35. Yes. No. No. Now we on to the next line. So we got yes, no, yes, no, no. Middle line. No, 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 yes. The middle line from left to right. No, 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 yes. One more time. Middle line from left to right. No, 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 yes. That would have been a funny ass fight to watch. Him and homie in the middle lane, the middle line on the far right. Don't say no names, because I want Tank fans to come to me with education, please. Don't say no names. But that would have been a fun fight to watch. Both of them have small reach, and believe it or not, they fight very similar, and they're both strong. So that's one of those fights like whoever lands first, but I think Tank will get him. At 140, bottom left to right. Bottom left to right. Bottom left to right. Yes, No. Yes. I'm going to say yes. Because he green. Because he's green. That's it. Crisis, salute. Said, what up? Only because he green. That's it. That's it. But you know what? It's boxing. I could be dead wrong. But as a supporter of the sport, why couldn't I get at least one of these damn fights? Why? Please tell me why. Now, I know. Some people go to other places. Oh, well, you know, every time Tank got something lined up, somebody has something to do and somebody has something to say. And shut up. You know why I'm saying shut up? Because Tank is an A-side in all directions. He could have called for any one of these guys. He did not do it. Village brother, you could be right. You could be right. You could be right. And at the end of the day, I could be wrong about all of this, but you know what's for sure? Never saw it. Never saw it. And he could have called for it. How many people on this page said his name out loud? Keyshawn Davis did. Gary Russell did. Shakur did. Devin did. Josh Taylor was just sitting there. Lamont Roach basically, Professor X salute. Lamont Roach, in my eyes, beat him. But it's a draw. Run it back. He's giving us Jake Paul, y'all. See what I mean? Superdale Matias? Come on, man. No? Come on, man. Can I at least see it? The Beige Smurf? Could we have gotten that? He was aggressively calling him out.
You beige Smurf. You keep on talking, you beige Smurf.
Bill,
it's my turn. Smurf.
Tell the people, man.
Hey, man. Jamal, what up? I don't understand. Or do I? I don't understand. Or do I? I think I get it. I think I get it. I think I get it. Tank showed us who he was. It's just that his fan base was basically like women screaming for Michael Jackson in the 80s. And some of you men. That's what it was. That's what it was. And this is why Tank fans are the most fugazi and suspect group I've ever seen. And when you say things like he's from the trenches, man, you got to back that up, because now he got to be sitting in court and dealing with that shit. What does it mean that you're from the trenches? You have Baltimore tattooed on your back. What does that mean? What happens over there? Oh, drugs. The crime rate's high. Yo, the crime, like the crime that you've been committing? Objection. Withdrawn. Yeah, it's already out there. The jury already heard it. Let the record show. Car accidents. Let the record show. Baby mama attacks. Look at what he types on Twitter. Look at how he talks. Did he not threaten Lamont Roach and say, I know where your kids go to school. I know where that house is. Did he not say that? Now, what makes you think that this kid is incapable of doing what that woman at that club said that he did? What makes you think he's incapable of that when he's saying shit like that for people to hear on social media? Thank you, Raymond. Documentation beats conversation. His own words are going to mess him up. Clay King, salute. See what I mean? Thank you, Jose. The judge ain't gonna believe him. And here's the funny part. He could be innocent. There's cats in prison right now for something that they didn't do, but there was no solid proof. And they just went back, okay, well, I don't have no proof that he did it. But what kind of person is he? And then they look at what kind of person he is and all the social media shit. They say, oh boy, you know what? He may have done it. So we ain't gonna give him what he was supposed to get, but we're gonna give him something. How many of y'all worked the job and got in trouble where you could have gotten terminated, but your reputation saved you? How many of y'all had that situation happen to y'all? Happened to me once when I was real young. You're like, man, you know, you was over there with them and this happened. So, you know, I mean, we don't know what I'm like, yo, look, I was over there, but I wasn't doing what they were doing. I was over there, but I wasn't doing, you know, y'all saw that. Y'all saw me there, but y'all ain't see me doing anything. And I'm sitting in the office with a bunch of dudes I don't hang with. But because I was there, standing there, we all got caught down in the office. This dude fired, that dude fired, that dude fired. When they got to me, it was like, well, I mean, you know, we let everyone else go. I said, look, I told you, I don't even hang out with those guys. I was just on that side of the damn store when that happened. Oh, well, why didn't you call security? I said security rolled up when it was happening. By the time security saw it when I saw it. They're trying to see if I was going to, they're trying to ask why I didn't snitch. My response was, I saw it when they saw it. When he walked up, I turned around and said, oh, I had my headphones on. This is the 90s, y'all. I had a Walkman, like a CD player. You know, when you bounce too hard, the disc skips. And I had some bullshit headphones, and I act like I ain't see shit. I knew they were doing something back there, but I turned my back and mind my business. So when the security guard walks in there, he's like, hey, I look up, look at him and say, what? And I turned around, I'm like, oh, we all got called down there. Thank you, Raymond. Exactly. 4-ounce sniper. Exactly. So all those guys that hung with each other, they all got fired. When they got to me, I said, look, the manager was like, well, what kind of guy is he? And all the floor managers like, yo, he quiet. He come in, he clock in, he go over there. He does all the work. He don't take a lot of personals. He just takes his 30-minute break. And, you know, he comes here every day. He's a college student. And they're like, okay. He's like, all right, man. All right. Well, you go head back to the floor. But if something else happened and you end up here again, I'm like, nah, it's all good. I was just taking this little rinky-dink job to pay for school books. But my reputation held me down. How is Tank Davis' reputation going to hold him down? What does the Quran say about how he conducts himself? Again, he's supposed to be in camp. Why is he in a strip club? The girl says she has texts about what he's going to do to her if he's cheating on her. Why are you still, basically, she's a bottle girl. Why are you dating down? What does the Quran say about choosing a woman? Why are you in there? Why are you there? Why are you putting yourself in this position? But let me go all the way back. You don't bend the knee. I don't even know where y'all came up with this. You don't bend the knee to, well, I'm not even gonna say bend the knee. You choose not to do business with Turki Al-Sheikh, which your fans talked about. Y'all called it bending the knee. Fast forward like a year later, now you're fighting Jake Paul, who's signing your check, who has openly disrespected you, by the way. He's called you a woman beater, and surprise, surprise, here you are again. You know what I do hope? I do hope that both of them are in on this, and this is all one big joke. Because, you know, Jake is a super troll. I hope we're all getting fooled. And I would still say, as corny as hell as it is, Tank, get your money, get the hell out the sport. Go away now. Definitely go away, because now you're just a clown. But Jake Paul has called him a woman beater. Buck broke you, but he did an AI meme of you and him kissing on the mouth. Completely done everything wrong to you. Made reference to your reputation. Didn't say, hey man, DJ, what up, man? He said everything. Mitchell Show, what up? He said everything derogatory about you, which was not lies, but he put it on Front Street and reminded everybody about it, right? He did all of that. All Turkey Al Sheikh said, yo, you have a problem with Devin, come to Riyadh. You'll be helping me out because I'm bringing boxing here. I see value in you and Devin. Y'all come on down here. I got 25 million a piece for y'all. You said, give me 2 Ferraris. Devin's your boy. You ain't my boy. Yeah, I don't fuck with you. But Jake Paul fucks with you, man? After saying all of that stuff? Oh, no. It becomes part of the show, though, now, right? So is it part of the show? You see, it's part of the show when he's selling it, calling you a woman beater and talking crazy to you and saying, I'm signing your check, you my bitch. What part of the show is it, Tank, when you get on Twitter and you say shit like this to Shakur? What part of the show is this? Y'all not even fighting. Y'all remember this? Shakur said, F it, do you, I'm done. What does Tank say right there at the bottom? You're not, and just how you say all that buddy-ish, I know that's what you want. Shake up after the fight shit, right? Fam, F you. You know, he's Nino Brown in it, man. He thinks everybody's against him. The thing is, Tanky Wanky, you've burned so many bridges. You've burned so many bridges, you don't know who's cool with you or who's not. And it's because of your mouth, bruh. Shakur says, stay blessed, little sis. Yeah. Now, you done did all of that and talked all of that. You had no intention on fighting Shakur. You just talking. Did the same thing with Devin. You just talking. You got in there with Lamont. You fought to a draw, which I thought Lamont won. Lamont's trying to get this rematch. And this is what you're saying. Because you a bitch. Now go sit down and put your hand on your chin and figure out how that happened to your mans. Same way I put food in your mouth, I took it, snatched. I was looking for this. My brother, Blue Blood Sports TV in the bill. Blue. At the top, pinned. That is my Rumble. Blue, go to Rumble. Go to Rumble. You don't have to wait till you get 1,000 to get monetized. You can get monetized right away. Go to Rumble, and take all of us with you. The cast that really fucks with you, we're going to go over there. Straight up. I've been doing a lot of research on this YouTube crap. Yeah, they on some bullshit. They've been caught. And we mobilize them on their ass anyway for other things. I said what I said. But go to Rumble. Start your account ASAP. Go to Rumble. And take everybody with you and start promoting your Rumble. If you get this. Anyway, this is what Tank had to say. But I want to put emphasis on what he said. Same way I put food in your mouth, I took it, snatch. That's what he said, right? Well, Tanky Wanky. Well. Is this Allah doing this to him? Is it? Or did Allah just leave him to his demons? And the demons are just doing what they do. D-E-W-I-N-G. Is that what this is? Aaron, salute. Y'all gotta let me know. You talking about taking food off people's table, man? You not the face. You not the face. All that love you was getting is fake. Because if we're talking about seat sales and popularity, Jake Paul is the face of boxing, stupid. That's what the Tank fans swear by. Oh, he got money. Hey, he on the trenches. Hey, he got money. Yeah, all right. I don't think Jake grew up rich either. But now he got into boxing and he's selling more seats and everything. And by the way, didn't they say that the seat sales were not as advertised? Oh, yeah, Des, I said that. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Exactly what he said. He said if I was really beating women, more would have came out. Well, here we are. Now, don't get mad at me. I didn't make this up. Tank did this. Remember, all I wanted him to do was get his Jake Paul money. I didn't give a damn if it was 100 mil. I didn't give a damn if it was 40 mil. Get your bread, kid. Retire. Take care of them babies. Get your therapy, like you said, and ride off into the sunset. And I hope you do well with your bread, with your generational wealth. That's what I said. I didn't say, man, I hope you get locked up. I hope you go there. I'll be there. No. I had an epiphany. I said, you know what? He's not going to do what I want him to do as a true supporter of the sport. The fanatics that he has supporting him are not even real boxing supporters. So I had to check myself. I'm not arguing with people like that. I don't care how dumb they sound, and I don't care how articulate they sound. I don't care how many subs they got. It doesn't matter. To defend this kid was just these clowns with clownish behavior adding to their AdSense every month. I told y'all that shit. I told y'all. So in essence, I'm getting what I want. All I wanted this kid to do, get your money, fight Jake. I don't care who wins. I really don't. I don't care who wins. I'm not invested in this fight. It still may happen, but I'm not invested in it. But get your bread and get out. That's what I said. It's going to be tragic if Tank loses, though, because it does nothing for his resume, but the world is going to crash on him. They already started. When white media starts talking about what Tank didn't do, when they start sounding like what I've been saying, it wasn't from hate. It was truth. And when I was saying it, I was saying there's still time for him to turn all this around. He just didn't do it. And now you got Paulie Mag saying it. Cats at Boxing Scene saying it. Now it's a reality. And I'm going to tell all his fans, like I've been saying, all right, I said what I said. But all those guys got YouTube channels now. Go to them and argue with them. You ain't got to do it here no more. Because I was trying to protect Tank from that. All he had to do was fight at least one or two of his contemporaries. And I'd have been cool with that. At least he tried. He didn't even have to win the fight. At least he tried. He didn't even want to try. But his fanatical fan base are cool with anything and everything he does, including this. Oh, she lying. I don't know. How do you know she's not lying? How do you know she's lying? How do you know she is? How do you know she isn't? You don't know. What makes you think that Tank would do that? Well, remember that ball game? Tank ain't like that. Just go to his Twitter and just look at his comment sections. Look at how he talks. Shorty said there was no cameras where he did this shit. She could be lying. But if something got to be done, what they going to do? Refer to his history. Now, here we are about a week and a half out from this fight. He's doing this. Exactly what Jake Paul violated and said. Now, if Jake Paul was doing this to Tank, talking like that, I'd say, if he was Muslim, I'd say that's haram right there, man. He can't be doing that. Why is he doing that? Why is he doing that? But he's not. Oh, man, don't bend the knee to Turkey Al Sheikh, but he's bending the knee to Jake Paul. That term, bending the knee, that's something you Tank fans made up. That's something, just like the email champion, that's something a bunch of haters made up. Y'all made that up. And now you got to eat those words. There he go again. Oh, yeah, Devin's an email champion. That's what Tank said. But watch this. How did Tank get that WBA belt? Uh-oh. See? Just that quick. Just that quick. Everything this kid has said has come back to hit him in the face. He literally hocked up an ill loogie and went to spit, but the fan was blowing in his goddamn direction. He spit in the wind. Stupid. Dummy. And last but not least, if this fight doesn't happen, because according to my brother Blue, Jake Paul is actively looking for replacements. I think he said Bud Crawford, Floyd Mayweather, and who else? Somebody else. Oh, Ryan Garcia. I'm gonna tell you what's crazy. How funny would it be if he looked at Lamont Roach and say, "Man, scrap the Eastside Cruz fight. Come fight me. You're already in camp, and I'll pay you the $40 million that I was gonna pay Tank." You know how funny that would be? And you know what I'd say? Hey, man, don't hate on him for getting his bread. Why are you hating on Lamont for getting that bread? Where does that leave Tank? Because if that, listen, this fight don't happen now, the Jake Paul fight is gone. If he continues his career, he's going to have to fight his contemporary. And that's when he's going to get stopped. Fuck losing. He's going to get stopped. Whether his next opponent, and I'm talking about Jake Paul now, whether he fights Lamont Roach, the Dream, salute. If he fights Lamont Roach or not. All Tank, if he blows his Jake Paul fight, because we don't know if it's off officially, we're just hearing things. If he blows that damn fight, what does he do next? He has to fight Lamont Roach. And he's not winning that fight. I'd be shocked if he does. And that's the fight you want to retire on? You ain't seeing 40 million from that. He might get maybe 5. You want to get to that bread? You're going to have to see Turkey, bro. See what I mean? He done broke the glass now. You about to fight a cruiserweight / heavyweight? Hell, you can get in there and fight Benavidez. You can get in there and fight Bud. You can get in there and fight Beterbiev. Bivol. You can do all of that. You was about to fight Jake Paul, kid. But go back to what he told Lamont Roach. I taketh away, just like I fed you. What'd he say? Same way I put food in your mouth, I took it, snatch. He said that with his chest, didn't he? Well, nobody did this to you, Tank. You did it to yourself. What God does Tank serve? See that? See that? What God does Tank serve? Sometimes God don't have to lift the finger. Sometimes Allah don't have to lift the finger. Jehovah, that 8-armed elephant that the Hindus pray to, or whatever they got going on, the Sikhs, whatever. None of that matters. You know why? They back off and leave you to your fucking demons. You idiot. Nobody did this to him but himself. And this is just if everything is real, because, these dudes be trolling. But this is a lot of things to go through, a lot of trolling to go through. He messed up the bag. Now Jake Paul has to find someone equivalent to Tank, where it makes sense. Where it makes sense. So who is that person? Floyd? Ryan? Bud? Who? Canelo's still hot, but he just had elbow surgery, right? Is Bakram doing anything? Make him famous. Tank, you fucked up the bag. And as soon as Jake Paul started fighting, Marvel, salute. As soon as Jake Paul started fighting, he became the face of boxing. Since it was hold on, Megan. Hold on a second. Y'all heard it was Ryan too. Who knows? Who knows? How funny would it be if it was Ryan? You treated your Muslim brother like that. You partied it up with Ryan, want to buy him some Starbucks and all kinds of weird shit. You can't keep your hands off a woman, or you put yourself in a position where a woman can lie on you, which is stupid, dumb as hell. And Ryan, the racist, picks up a Jake Paul payday? How does that work out for you, Tank? Tank fans, how'd that work out for y'all? Y'all don't want to talk. I know y'all will find fault in something that I'm saying. I know y'all will. Thank you. You reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. This was his going away check. Don't bend the knee, quote unquote. Look. You know the arguments online with black men and black women. Oh, I don't have to submit to no man. I ain't got to submit to no man. Okay. Your ass go to work and submit to your blonde-haired, blue-eyed boss, though. Well, he paying me. Yeah, well, you go home. If someone kicking that door, what do you expect your man to do? Protect the home, right? Right. But he can't get a goddamn hot sandwich. So, you don't fuck with Turkey out of Sheik, who's going to give you 25 mil, because I was way before the Jake Paul shit. And that would have been your biggest payday up front. Up front. Not back end money. Up front. Again, not back end money. Up front money. Because you felt you was going to go down to Saudi and get robbed? Interesting. Devin never said that. He said, I'm going to, matter of fact, when we was telling Black and CC and 78, man, get Bill and get Bill and go get Devin and tell him don't go over there. He was already up in the air. He was gone. Fort George Cambosos in Australia, and half of the goddamn, half of his corner wasn't there. Didn't matter, because George Camboso couldn't throw a rock in the ocean that night. Because that's what champions do. They risk things. That's what businessmen do. They take risks. And plus, Tank and all his fans say he knocks Devin out, right? You know what I'm going to say? Good. Show me. Show me. Show me. Can't even do that. These guys don't even want to, these kids don't want to do nothing, man. Well, not these kids. I'm just going to put it on Tank. Tank don't want to do anything. He's a farce. And oh yeah, y'all notice I didn't talk about all those people that went to Jake Paul's camp to take that picture. I don't know if they were over there helping him get ready for Tank. I don't know that. But they damn sure went over there and took a picture for him, right? Y'all saw that? You notice I ain't speak on that? You wanna know why I didn't speak on that? I didn't speak on it because
who cares?
I don't care. I don't care. You know why? These kids have no loyalty. These kids have, I'm gonna say it again. These kids have no loyalty. A lot of them have no sense of pride. I'm listening to Jalen Love and Tim Bradley go back and forth. They're calling each other coons and niggas, and Jalen Love basically said this is about boxing. There ain't no racism in boxing. And these be dudes that are knee deep into the industry. And it's like, I can't believe these niggas is talking like this. I cannot believe. Tell Tim Bradley there's no racism in boxing. Then ask him what he went through after he beat Manny Pacquiao in their first fight. Calling his wife a fat Mexican and you sold out your own people to marry a nigga, and his wife getting hate mail, and he was so out of sorts. That's why we got to know Ruslan Pavatnikov. You know why? Because he almost went in there and sacrificed his life. I'm like, why is he fighting this dude Ruslan Pavatnikov like this? Tim is better than this guy. Why is he fighting him on the inside? What did you have to prove? That you a warrior? We already know that, man. Fight. I knew Tim Bradley was a warrior when Kendall Holt hit him with a counter left hook and almost, I thought he killed him. He fell on his back, head hit off the mat. I said, oh, that's it. But he pulled a Larry Holmes. He pulled a Larry Holmes, Ernie Shavers. You remember Ernie Shavers hit Larry Holmes? And that's Ernie Shavers, y'all. We was like, oh, it's done. Well, if y'all that old. I was like, this shit over. Larry got up and finished the fight and won it. I think he won it. Either he won it or it was a draw. They fought twice. Kendall Holt knocked the shit out of Tim Bradley. And Tim Bradley got up and was able to win the fight, and salute to Kendall Holt. That's my guy. He was able to get up, and I think he won the fight. I knew he was a dog then. But when he got in there, and he signed with Top Rank instead of going to the PBC, because I was from the thought, like, yo, I firmly believe the only person that can compete with Floyd and give him a tough fight is another black man, another Moore. That's what I was saying. A decade and some change ago, I said, man, you know, he got these Latino fighters figured out. But I think if he gets in there with a dog, a black one, Dirt Gang boss, salute. I think that he'll, you know, outside of the tricks that he knows, he just have to fight in spots. That's what I think. And then Tim went to Top Rank. I said, damn, there goes the Floyd fight. Who fought Floyd the toughest? Manuel Augustus, right? DeMarcus Chop Chop Corley knocked the shit out of Floyd for a second, right? You saw Floyd's dog come out when he fought who? Black fighters. Shane Mosley almost knocked his head off in the second round. Floyd had to show you he's a dog. Zab Judah, Floyd had to show you that he's a dog. And respectfully to Jose Luis Castillo, but he broke his hand, so he had to get on his bike in that first fight. The second fight, he just outboxed him. But his toughest fights, tell me I'm lying. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll give you Marcos Maidana. I'll give you that. But in the first fight, he was going through that shit with his baby mama. So his head really wasn't in the game. Second fight was a lot more clear. But I thought Tim Bradley was a dog and he could bring it out of Floyd, but he went to a Top Rank. I said, all right, I understand that move. But he got the Pacquiao fight. And I said, And after that Pacquiao win, Tim Bradley, you gonna tell me that there ain't no racism in boxing? I'm not only talking about the inner workings of it, but the fans. It's always been about race. So I'm looking at him and Jalen Love going back and forth online. It's like in New York when a yellow cab hits a livery cab. I don't like either one of them. So when I'm on the outside looking in, I'm smiling like, look at this. Look at this. So I'm watching both these niggas. So when when Tank looked at Jalen Love and said, yeah, you had all these real boxers and you left the real boxers and went over there to train a YouTuber. What? Train a YouTuber that you're fighting? So he's chasing the bag like how you chasing the bag. Why you mad at him? Tank fans, why y'all mad at Jalen Love? He's doing the same thing that Tank is doing. Tank is getting a bigger check though. So y'all can't be mad at anything. He can't be mad at anything. It was the dumbest thing I ever heard. You ever saw two fat people have an argument and they start calling each other fat? It's like, wait, what? Wait a minute. But I need y'all to stop for a second. Wait a minute. Y'all need to start talking about each other, mama. Somebody's retarded kid with the helmet on. But I'm not going to sit here and listen to y'all make fat jokes on one another, because this is like, it's like, what's the point? You already know what I'm going to say. It's like non-alcoholic beer. What's the point? Imagine you get a bottle of Ciroc and then it says alcohol free. Are you still buying it? Hey, yo, give me the Hennessy. Then you pick up the bottle and it says alcohol free. What? It defeats the whole purpose of Hennessy. That was Tank talking to Jalen Love. And now I'm looking at fucking Jalen Love and Tim Bradley go back and forth. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Everybody needs a shut the fuck up card. You know, like the yellow card in soccer, they hold up the yellow card when you violate. A lot of these cats need that. Yo, shut up. Here, I'm sending you a card. Shut up. Like Quentin Coon Page Jackson. This nigga. You want to talk about racism now? Nigga. You said you love Ryan Garcia, never bet against him. That's what you said. Derrick Gaines, salute. That's what you said, nigga. And then you talked about a British YouTuber talking about you and your son. You accuse him of racism? Wait a minute.
What?
Wait a minute. You know what? I don't even need to go there, nigga. Have a good day. You deal with it. You see what happens? It's called your nigga wake-up call. You see what happens when I say time reveals all truth and a lie's nothing but a long way to the truth? Those aren't just fancy sayings. It's real shit. It's real shit. It's real. Sometimes you don't have to lift a finger. And with Tank, all I've been saying is, look, this could happen. This is going to happen. This is going to happen. How do you prevent it, Tank? Fight your contemporaries. Okay, you're not fighting Devin, he too big. What about Shakur? Both of y'all are at 35. Come on, man. You hating. Why? Because I want him to fight Shakur? How am I hating? You said he knocks everybody out. You know what? I think that you don't believe that. Nah, Tank is that nigga. Tank is that nigga. He from the trenches. I get all of that. You know who else is from the trenches? Edgar Berlanga. Do you think Hamza Shiraz gave two fucks about anything going on in Brooklyn? The rest of my case. Sometimes I say cats be doing too much, but in this instance, Tank isn't doing enough. If you blew this bag, it's because of your own personal demons. And when you spin the block and say hey man, this is it. I'm not dealing with these 2-bit bras no more. I submit to Allah, and I blew, my decisions blew the Jake Paul 40 million payday, but I'm gonna get right now, and I'm gonna get back in the saddle, and Tank is back, and everybody's gonna get the smoke. That's when Allah is gonna take over and say, yeah, okay, you know what? I gotta punish you, kid. I gotta punish you, kid. You stepped away from me. You submitted to me. You stepped away from me. That can't go unturned, kid. You said you taking food off that man's plate. You said you know where his kids went to school. Yeah, but you're not fighting him. But you know what? It's already out there in the universe. So good luck in your next fight. Now, I'm going to put these faces up here again. If it's not Lamont Roach, where is he safe? Forget Prograis. The average Tank fan don't even know who the fuck Prograis is. Forget him. I think he's done. I ain't like how he looked in this last fight. I think Jorge Linares is retired. Don't point him out. Michael Garcia is retired. George Kambosos is done for. But everybody else here wants that Tank Davis smoke. Keyshawn Davis in particular. You remember that live I did? And I dressed up Keyshawn like the what is it? What's that shit? There can only be one. The Highlander. And I said Davis versus Davis, no relation. Like Babs and Buster Bunny. No relation, right? Davis versus Davis, the Highlander, they can only be one. That shit markets itself. And it would sell. It would be the biggest nigga event ever. You see fur coats in June, pimp hats, shades, chicks in bikinis, bottle girls, and they're not even working there. They're just going there looking like that. It would be the biggest nigga event you could ever see. And it's a DMV event. I said, man, this thing sells itself. All Tank got to do is say yes. He didn't do it. And then what happened with Keyshawn? He eventually effed himself up. You see what I mean? Now, anybody could come in here and say all kinds of weird shit and say, hey, man, Adrian, what up? Hey, man, you know, what about Shakur? No, I'm not talking about these dudes. I'm talking about what Tank could have done. He didn't do it. And what I'm telling y'all is, if the Jake Paul payday is gone, don't tell me, oh, well, Jake's going to fight something else, or they could push it back. Well, Jake ain't putting this back. They had to fight to get it. They tried to get it in Georgia. Georgia said, go to hell. They got it done in Florida. Now I'm hearing that the seat sales weren't good. Now he does this. He's supposed to be in camp, but he's going to a strip club to allegedly assault a worker there, that woman. So y'all did all this work just for you to do this. Jake is a businessman at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, if the seat sales ain't good, he's probably gonna talk about, hey man, don't nobody care about this like I thought they would. So it's just as well. I'll fight somebody else, and then I'll fight somebody else after this. Tank just blew it. I was gonna give him 40 mil. I was gonna be in a hole paying this guy. But y'all niggas know business though, right? He's not the draw like you think he is. If he was a draw like you thought he was, he'd have fought Lamont Roach in Houston. They wouldn't have had to relocate to Brooklyn. Y'all forgot about that? If he was the face of boxing in the real draw, the PBC would have saw value in Tank and gave him the money instead of giving Canelo Alvarez the money that they gave him. They signed Canelo Alvarez. I'm like, yo, did he promise to fight David Benavidez? No. I said, why they sign him then? And Tank is the star. They got Tank right there. But when I said that, y'all didn't hear me say that though, right? Y'all don't hear anything. But I could click live and for 2 hours call Tank out his name and play a bunch of monkey videos, and y'all be like, oh, you hating on Tank. Y'all can't have a conversation with or refute anything I just said. Because the reality is, I was looking out for him. You might not have liked it, but guess what? Kids don't like spinach, but they need it. If your parent told you, oh, it's okay to get up, you can eat your chicken and your beef and your rice and your noodles, but you ain't got to finish your vegetables, then your parents failed you. I come from an era where my pops was like, or my mom's and my pops was like, Don't you leave this table without eating that broccoli or that spinach or those lima beans. We'll be sitting here all night. You know why? Because it's good for you. You might not like it, but it's good for you. There's more value in eating your vegetables than it was eating that carbohydrate and those pork chops or whatever it is you eat. But you know what tastes better as a kid? What tastes better? Y'all go to those tank channels because it tastes better. Medicine don't taste good. When you was a kid, the veggies don't taste good. But it's good for you. And if y'all came through and listened to what I had to say, you would know that I actually cared about Tank Davis. I actually cared about him because I knew they were going to do this. And now you got Paulie Malignaggi and Max Kellerman and Mike Coppinger cutting up Tank's resume. They already set up. And they said everything that we've been saying for the last 6 years. Now, whatever, y'all, I'm going to leave you to it. Y'all deal with it. I'm not going at Paulie for anything he says about Tank Davis. I'm not going at Mike Coppinger or Max Kellerman about anything they say about Tank Davis. You know what? Y'all go to those guys' platforms. When they go live or they put up the videos, you get in the comment section and you see if you could, if he does, because Paulie likes smoke. If he opens up a panel, you get on his panel with how y'all niggas from Baltimore be talking and go make that white man right. Can you imagine Paulie Malignaggi opening up his panel and say, hey, man, I see I got a lot of Tank Davis fans here. I'm going to drop a link. You guys come up here and, plead your case. And he let, and I say this respectfully, but I'm being honest right now. I'm telling you what it is. He let a nigga like Mag 7 on his platform. He's setting y'all Tank Davis fans back to the Stone Age. Yo, I'm saying, Paulie, I'm saying, Tank from Baltimore. He from the trenches. I mean, people like to see him knock people out. It's going to be embarrassing. It's going to be embarrassing. But y'all niggas deal with it. I'm not dealing with it. I'll go over there and I'll listen to that and I'll fair use it. And I'll clown it and be like, you see this shit? You see? Just remember, Drew was telling Tank where to go and what to do because I knew this day was coming. Even if he fought Shakur, Devin, and Matthias and lost those fights, you know what I always be able to say? Yo, he did it, though. He did that shit, though. Tank did that shit, though. Tank did it. Tank did it. He tried. I don't care. Did Evander Holyfield win all his fights? Did Muhammad Ali win all his fights? Did Joe Frazier win all his fights? Did George Foreman win all his fights? Did Sonny Liston win all his fights? Did Floyd Patterson win all his fights? Did Larry Holmes win all his fights? Did Lennox Lewis win all his fights? Did Mike Tyson win all his fights? Stop it. Oh, but Floyd Mayweather, shut up. Because he did a lot of great things in his career, but don't think for 2 seconds there was shit there that I didn't want to see him do. For example, fight number 50, Don't Talk to Me, it was supposed to be Keith Thurman. Who the fuck did we get? Conor McGregor.
What the fuck?
And I don't think Keith would have won that fight, but I wanted to see it. Paul Williams, anyone? Okay. See what I mean? And Tank is nowhere near Floyd at all. Because you know what we can say about Floyd? Look at the resume. You got to know boxing to understand. Floyd did some shit. There's a whole mixtape. When he was with Top Rank, he called out everybody relevant. Do y'all even remember who Acelino Freitas was? Brazilian? Diego Corrales was supposed to Ivan Drago, Apollo Creed Floyd that night. Floyd spun him out several times. He made Diego Chico Corrales look like he never fought a day in his life. There's also a mixtape of Floyd calling out everybody relevant. He called everybody out. And at one point, what people don't realize is Floyd was ducked. Floyd was avoided. But there were some things I wanted to see him do. Shane Mosley, he eventually got to it, but Shane Mosley ducked him earlier in his career because he was making millions of dollars fighting Oscar De La Hoya twice. Vernon Forrest was out there, but he wasn't a name, but he was dangerous. I wouldn't have mind seeing that. Kermit Cintron. Like I said, Paul Williams. But, you know, Tank fans don't know what the hell I'm talking. Right, that conversation right there, that was Chinese to these cats. Bradley, I like that fight, but Bradley went to Top Rank and fought Manny. But he got the dub on Manny. I'll give him that. So I ain't got no beef with Floyd's career, really. But I could critique it. I can. But by the time I got to YouTube, I found myself defending it because there's a bunch of know-nothings out here trying to cut his career down. And then when you speak to them, you find out they don't know shit. All they knew was the fighter that they supported. Whether they were Mexican or Filipino. Oh, Floyd ducks fights. Well, who'd he duck? They never said the names that I said. What they meant was he's ducking Manny Pacquiao, and that was bullshit. Because Floyd ain't duck no smoke. He didn't. There's a video on YouTube with, and I think it's called Floyd Calls Out Everyone. But if you didn't live in that era, it was in like the late 90s, early 2000s. If you wasn't around for that, you don't know what I'm talking about. But he called out everybody. Everybody. But you know what Top Rank does with black fighters. And that's why he got the hell out of here. And that's why I appreciated Al Heyman when he came along when he did. So there was some great things that those guys did. But if you don't watch my my content and you pulling up late, why you hating Al Heyman? Why you hating on Tank? What did Floyd do? Why you? Oh my God, you just hate black people. You knuckle dragging, big lip, ticks all in the hair in the back of you and your lady's neck, man. Shut up. Because you know what? You know what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to defend Tank anymore. I can't. I used to defend Gennady Golovkin. I used to defend Canelo Alvarez. And I was like that with Tank until I couldn't. I'm like, you know what? Nope, I can't do it with Tank. That's it. That's it. We're done here. We're done here. You hating on the black man getting money? Nope. Go ahead and get your money, man. The quicker he gets this Jake Paul money and leaves the sport, him and Al Heyman, like they said they were going to do, because they said they were going to do that, not me. Tank never said, oh, well, you know what, y'all just got to be patient. He going to fight the Jake Paul, get his money, and then he going to turn around and fight Tank, and then he going to get Devin. It's like, no, he didn't say any of that. He said he's retiring. That's what he said. Oh, well, I don't believe that he really means it. Oh, so Tank's a liar. Oh, no, well, he's human, but I'm not, no, I didn't ask if he's human. I know he eats, sleep, and shit like everybody else, and he walks on two, feet, and although his feet are hairy, he's a monkey. He says he's an ape. He has tattoos on his chest, he's an ape, but, he's human, so I think. But he never said he was going to fight these. As a matter of fact, fight his contemporaries. As a matter of fact, he sent the tweet to Shakur, and he sent the tweet to the guy who fought him to a draw, Boss. He's not fighting either one of those. So if he's not fighting either one of those guys, who's he fighting? He from the trenches. He gotta do what he do. Right. I'm not arguing with you niggas no more. All right. You better hope that somehow they can still make this fight happen. But if Netflix says, man, we can't air this after this shit, And if y'all holding on to this wing and a prayer that the fight is still on, it could be, but I also watched that Jonathan Mayer's marathon when he got out the goddamn Uber and ran away from that white woman, literally ran away from her at top speed, and she chased him. Reverse the roles. He's in prison right now. The Uber driver was like, no, she was in the back seat fucking him up. And he jumped out. When I stopped, he jumped out and ran. And she chased him. He still got arrested. And they still removed him from Marvel. What makes you think Tank being in a strip club with this resume that he has outside of the ring, that they won't pull the plug on him? What if Tank, after this Jake Paul shit, all his contemporaries say, man, I'm over here in Riyadh season. I got fights lined up. How about this, Tank? I don't fucking need you.
Whoa! Shut the fuck up!
Uh-oh. Wouldn't that be a twist? What happens if he goes to those dudes in Riyadh and then Turki Al-Sheikh says, hey, you know, he's not even Muslim anyway. I know you want to fight Tank. You can beat him and everything, but, you know, he wants to get you out of here. He wants to come down here. He can't come down here anymore. Yeah, salute, Queen. How much you make fight Tank? Well, you know, in the normal circumstances, I might make $3 million. Next fight, they pay you $5 million. That whoever that fight is, they're staying right there. They're staying right there. You know why? Because it's about business. And I'm gonna tell you something else. Turki already said, I don't have to like you to do business with you. Now, it's not okay for Devin to be cool with Turki Al-Sheikh. I'm gonna point something else out for y'all. It's not okay for Devin to be cool with Turki Al-Sheikh, but I got a picture of Turki Al-Sheikh that he took with Jake Paul. So that's okay? You see? You see? Now, Turki said, I don't have to like you to do business with you. I say, what up? Right? So if he decides to do business with Tanky Wanky, what makes you think he's going to give him easy work? Yeah, you know, Tank, you know, Turki, you know, it didn't work out with Jake Paul, but, you know, Al Heyman told me I could do business with you. You know, we could throw a fight in Baltimore. Okay, I'll throw a Riyadh season over there where the Baltimore Ravens play. We could sell it out. You're a big name. DMV will come out. Your next opponent is Devin Haney. Your next opponent is Brian Norman. Your next opponent is Subadel Matias. Oh, wait, no, I'm only going to work with you if you sign a 3-fight deal. In all of those fights, it's Shakur and Devin, Matias, Teofimo. How about this? You're going to fight 2 guys at 40, and you're going to fight 1 guy from 54. You're going to fight Boots or some stupid shit like that. Oh, he's too big. It's a 54. Well, you was about to fight Jake for 40 mil. I'm going to sign you for 50 mil, 3 fights. 50 mil, but you got to work for this. I mean, come on. The A side is in my court now because you fucked it up. Remember those 3 Ferraris? How about this? I'll sign you 3-fight deal. I'll give you 2 Ferraris, $50 million. But you fighting Devin, you fighting Shakur, and you fighting either Teofimo Lopez or Boots. You got to fight those fights. If not, you can go ahead. There'll be 1,001 motherfuckers up here talking about, oh, Turki's just bullying Tank. No, Tank knocks out everybody. Remember what you said. Y'all got to live by what y'all put out. Y'all better hope. You better hope that Tank makes it to this fight and gets this payday and he could just leave and take care of his family. That's what he said he wanted to do. Because if this fight's off, I don't know how much money he got in the bank account, but he ain't fighting Jake Paul. That ship is sailed. And Jake don't want to put his name in the same sentence with a guy like this. He was doing it now with his history because those cases looked like they were being dealt with. But in real time, he did it again, allegedly. He don't want his brand. See, right now, he leading up, he was putting the beats on the woman beater. But in real time, even though he like got away from those cases, he was just trolling them. But in real time, he actually allegedly did something. He allegedly did something again. He can't have his name on that. That's going to affect his brand. So why pay him? Before it was a big old joke. I'm going to beat up this guy. He's a woman beater from Baltimore. Cases were closed and, you know, I was just using that to troll. Now he did it again. Now it's more real. You want to pay this guy $40 million? That's going to affect your brand there, buddy. So although Jake Paul might want to do it, his business advisors are probably saying it's not a good idea to go ahead with this. Because, you know, all they see, one half of people will just say, the small-minded people will say, oh, you're going to beat up a goddamn rapist or a man who beats women. Those are small-minded people. But people, as far as business is concerned, say, nah, man, you ain't do that for free. Let's say he beats up Tank. You still paid him $40 million. That's the result. That's the same shit I said with Sergey Kovalev. He beats up Becky, kicks the dog, gets a DUI, comes back to the scene of the crime, gets arrested. How's he awarded? $12, $13 million payday with Canelo Alvarez. I said, man, Canelo should have left him alone. He paid him. He paid him. So here's Jake Paul, willing to put $40 million in his hands, with all of that shit going on in his past, all of those cats that fought Tank. Devin don't have those issues. Matter of fact, Devin, the chick that lied on him, ain't he suing her or something? I ain't pay that no mind. How about that? Lamont Roach, to my knowledge, ain't got no problems like that. But you treating them like that? What God does Tank serve? Yeah. God done left you alone, brother. These are the demons exercising you. They done dicked you out of 40 mil, stupid ass. And don't get mad at me. Oh, Drew, you always hating on Tank. Every time we post something, look, man, those dudes out there at Jake Paul's gym, helping him get ready for Tank, I don't care, because these kids don't care. So who am I? At first, I'm like, man, why did Canelo reach out to Boots? I ain't gonna help him. Why he do that? Man, that was a personal shot to the black community. Then you found out that Boots called him on the phone. I'm like, what the fuck is that, man? Then cats start saying, hey, man, you know Boots' brother worked with Canelo. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. For the time he's getting ready for Bud, neither one of them niggas should be over there. This means too much, but you know what? Whatever. No one sees it how I see it. I'm not going to make anybody see how I see it. Y'all go ahead, man. So every last one of those brothers over there helping him, Shakur and whoever else was over there in that picture, y'all go ahead, man. Y'all go right ahead. Good luck. Exactly, Raymond. I hate Tank, but I backed him up when that bitch tried to get him killed. I got the video. I got the whole video from Body Cam. I have it. I have it. Maybe I'll play it. If this fight's really gone, maybe I'll play it on my live stream one morning. I got the whole Body Cam. Just remember, when Baby Mama did that to him, I went crazy on here. I went crazy on here. So we got a little knuckle dragger looking for attention. We just ban clowns like that. That's what we do. But y'all make sure y'all go up and click onto my Rumble account. Y'all make sure y'all go follow me on Rumble. I appreciate y'all, man. Let me get out of here. Let me take care of my brother Raymond real fast. There you go, brother. I seen you around. You cool peoples. Had to wrench him up real quick. Man, salute to y'all. There's some fights on. Y'all make sure y'all tune in to Stormy's post-fight thoughts. Des says, random thought, if Netflix not rocking with Tank behind these allegations, who says Amazon will? Hey, man, he's a liability now. So where he thought he was going to get some money to ride off into the sunset, that money might not be there. And now he's begging. Now he may need Lamont Roach Jr. to make some bread. He may need the Shakur fight to make some bread. And those dudes will probably be like, yo, man, nah. And like I said, I'm not saying this is facts, but it might be a possibility. Those guys, when they're about to entertain a Tank fight, Turkey could pull up and be like, yo, what you think you're going to make fighting Tank now? 7 million, 5 million. Your next fight, I don't care who you fight, I'll pay you 10. I'll pay you 10 just to stay away from him. I pay you 7.5 to stay away from him. I pay you 5.2 to stay away from him. Up front, no back end. I'll pay you. I'll put that in your bank account, and I'll pay your trainers on separate, but that's your bread. I'll pay you to stay away from him. Because that's business. That's not haram. He ain't Muslim. That's business. Now, if Tank want to work with me, he got to come to me, and we're going to have to sit down and talk, because I ain't going to pay him for one fight. I'm just saying, Turkey said, I ain't got to like you to do business with you, but he ain't got to treat you like you're his brother either, because that'd just be dumb. You see what I mean? The tangle webbed that Tank weaved. But I hate him, though, right? Okay, cool. Y'all defend this dude. When Paulie Malignaggi starts talking about this, and Mike Cappinger, Max Kellerman start talking about this, and they like open up a panel, I want to see all you niggas over there. You won't, because y'all comfortable arguing with me because, you know, I'm black. But when that man do it to you, y'all take it with a smile. Let me get out of here, man. Salute to everybody in the Venmo, the Zelle, the Cash App, the Super Chat. Go follow me on Rumble. The link is pinned on both my channels. Go subscribe to Bear Cave Entertainment. Go subscribe to me on my Patreon, because there's going to be things I won't say on Rumble I'm going to say on Patreon. Feel me? Young Hollywood and that Super Chat. Salute to you. Much love and appreciation. Thank you so much. Man, salute to y'all. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all weekend. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Might have a surprise for you tomorrow. And it's the last joke I'm telling y'all on the way out, man. Tank pulled up in that damn club like this. Nigga came in there looking like Blade to slay some vampires. He took that chick in the staircase and beat the shit out of her. Bronx on deck.
Move!
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.